Good afternoon, YouTube. Hope you're doing good today. Listen, we're going to get right into it, and we're going to be going through Reddit, and we're going to do a r/layoffs, okay? We're going to basically find a topic, and we're going to talk about it. I'm going to give my opinion on it. You guys let me know, down below what you think about it, your personal opinions, and sometimes it might get political. Sometimes it might be kind of one of those sketchy topics that could get me in trouble. But we're gonna see if we can, stay within the confines of YouTube until I just have to move off the platform. So let's get right into it. Like, comment, subscribe down below. Let me know what I can do for you guys. This new setup that I'm doing, I have a gimbal, hopefully it doesn't die on me, but we're gonna do probably a 5 to 10 minute video with my phone. Yeah, this setup is gonna get better and better over time, but I mean, bro, I'm broke, you're broke, we're all broke, that's why we're here. So let's get right into it. No edits, this is cold cuts. Wah, wah, wah. Right off the slicer, okay? So this is r/layoffs. This was 22 hours ago. This guy says, do I need to move to find a job these days? Let's see some of the, let's see what these guys are saying. So one guy says up top, he goes, sometimes you need to move to find a job. Let's see what the reply is on that. I second this. Sometimes you have to move. All right, pretty straightforward. If necessary, yes. Unless it's your first job out of college, no job is worth moving for. Bro, absolutely. If your spawn point is in a decent area that has a job and you just need your first job, like, bro, do not move. Heed that advice. Let's see what they say next. JJ Cookie Monster fucking says, only if you have enough money to survive if you were laid off soon after moving or family there. I don't have any savings or family in other states, so I'm not moving. Let me tell you guys a story real quick about, layoffs and moving and quitting jobs and going to the next adventure. I was living in Arkansas on a buddy's property in a fucking camper, which I still have to this day because I bought that camper in order to just live on this farm, right? And I wanted a little bit of freedom. It was good for a little bit, and we tried it out, and it was absolutely fine. Me and my buddy had this huge house. He was obviously more well off than me. He was a firefighter, and we agreed to help out with the horses and the farm. And I was single at the time, so I just kind of kicked my feet up and I chilled out for a little bit just to take a break from the stress of being a mechanic. But what I did next was I started putting out applications all across Colorado, and I ended up landing a job where they flew me out. No, I drove out there. They flew me back first class, gave me a U-Haul, paid for my apartment, had an apartment the next day. The apartment was $1,800 a month. They agreed to pay for it. I got there, worked for 7 to 8 months, and got fucking basically prepped for layoff. Was told like, hey man, like we don't have any cars coming in. It's really slow season. Nah, bro, there was a lot of politics in that. I'm not gonna disclose what job that was or who that was at, but I know about having to go from job to job to job and not having the tenacity to stick a job out. So bro, I personally know that if you have a first job at your spawn point, wherever you came into Earth at, bro, stay there. Get one job and hold it for as long as you can. Let's see what these other people are saying about this. Let's see. Be prepared to relocate to move up. This puts you in a good position to move back at a higher salary. Organizations, my experience is in government, like to see flexibility, plus my location is inundated with people at management levels, so getting that experience can take years in certain fields if you stay. So that's a really good point. They like a mix of stability, but they also want you to be flexible within the confinements of the company. I'm seeing that my current company, I'm at the bottom of the barrel, not really at the bottom of the barrel, but in the grand scheme of things, bottom of the seniority, bottom of the level. I am at the smallest store here in South Dakota. And I'm telling you, I've been there for 9 months and I'm relocating to the store 5 minutes away because they've proven they want to keep me there for 1, 2, 3 years. Bro, the only way that you find a job right now and have stability is one, you get lucky. Two, you pick up a shit paying job regardless of if you have a degree or not. And three, you got to be willing to move around for it. I probably listed that off wrong, but no, dog, you got to be able to move. Even within these companies, they want you to be flexible. Let's see. That was an issue for a number of folks too who moved to a small town USA during COVID. I was lucky to stay in a big city after layoff. I got a hybrid position. I feel somewhat more safe about hybrid requirement versus pure remote. The interview candidate pool was also a lot smaller and helped me to land the job. I've competed for other remote jobs in my tech field, and that was super hard and competitive. Okay, remote jobs, they are all about to disappear. And by that, I mean like a majority of people are going back to the office now. My dad is going back to the office. I mean, dude, I got buddies that are going back to the office all over the United States, in Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, I mean, everywhere, bro. So what this guy is saying is really, really smart. If it's a hybrid position, that means that you require a certain level of stability and kind of an agreement with that company. Like, hey, I'm going to move over to, let's say, Rapid City, South Dakota. Well, that requires you to get a house, rent a place, whatever, just be flexible. And companies are willing to pick someone on that over a remote position because remote is kind of sketchy to hire for, is what I'm seeing. Now, I don't know what I'm talking about because I don't have a degree in IT. I don't know many of these people's jobs, but bro, personally, I think that IT jobs are going into the shitter at this point. Let's see. One guy said, went from the Midwest to the Deep South, and it made all the difference. Let me tell you a little bit about the Midwest. If you don't live here, there is so many highway miles that you gotta fucking make in order to drive to work. You're either in Sioux Falls, Rapid City, Mitchell, Pier, which is the capital, and that fucking place is desolate. There are not a lot of jobs, and these jobs are like $18 to $19 an hour, $20 an hour if you're lucky. Most people are truck drivers, nurses, farmers. There's a lot of manufacturing here. Not a lot. The state jobs, but the good jobs are kind of few and far between. You really gotta go to either Rapid City or Sioux Falls to get a decent job. And I'm talking like $70,000 a year out here is fucking bombastic, dude. It's great. If you're making 70, 80, 90,000, you're doing pretty good. But also, it's expensive. Sorry, 1 second. Sorry, my phone I was getting notifications and stuff. It is also very expensive housing-wise. We're seeing a subtle dip in the housing market right now, which I'm going to take advantage of probably in the next year or two. But bro, it all depends on where you live. In Colorado, there was rentals everywhere, but you're going to pay an asinine amount. Bro, I hit the Craigslist, I hit Facebook, and that's how I found my place. My girl met me sleeping on 3 stacked mattresses. I mean, I was roughing it, dog. I was living with 3-4 people in one house. And I was doing that because I got laid off from that company that brought me out to be a mechanic for them. And I got burnt out on being a mechanic. So, I mean, that's what I did for 4 or 5 years, which was jump from shop to shop because that's how it goes if you want to make money. Being in a mechanic environment, if you find a place that gives you raises and gives you work, it works out, but mostly it's just a joke. Being your own guy, owning your own shop, getting your own customers, that's when you start making the money and you start paying your own way. And So either way, let's look at what some other people are saying on this, and then we're gonna close up this video because we're almost at 12 minutes. So another individual said, there are some markets where good employees are hard to come by. Go where it's less competitive. I moved a lot when I was younger for different jobs. Do what you have to do. Dog, I did have to move to get better jobs. And I mean, even now, it's always a scam. The scam of it is if you get a house in the Midwest, you lock down a home. You need to rely on the employers around you in order to pay your bill. That's a hard thing to do, and if you don't have a degree, you're gonna be stuck paying that mortgage for the next 30 years, and that mortgage is gonna cost you like a lot of fucking money in the end. And you're gonna be 45 years old, probably won't have a retirement. So guys, personally, I think layoffs are total fucking bullshit. I think laying off and then rehiring and the whole process of that is just total asinine bullshit, and a lot of people go through it. But the scam of it, this guy said that's the scam, is moving. It is. It's a rough time right now because the housing market is impenetrable. You got to borrow a lot of money, and then you're probably already in debt as an average American. Average American, I think, has like $70,000 in debt, $60,000 in debt. It's about right. And excuse me. But I do want to say, it really depends on where you start. It depends on where you go. But yeah, no, out here in the Midwest, there ain't jack shit. So either way, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I personally think that layoffs are total bullshit. I think company restructuring is whenever they're just trying to save the whole company, and they're forgetting the people in it, and they're not recognizing that the people actually make the company keep going. And yeah, we're just seeing a really weird market all around, and we're all in it together. And yeah, so this was an unedited video, and we were going over Reddit. And that's what we're gonna do in the next video. We're gonna pick out a topic and we're gonna get more detailed with it. This is my trial run. So yeah, if you guys support this, if you like this, let's keep going. Let's start a comment section, and let's kind of talk about r/layoffs. Okay. So do I need to move to find a job these days? My personal opinion, yes, you do. You do need to move to find a job. You got to be willing to pack all your shit up and get rolling, get to the next apartment, crunch away, get fired, get a job within an area where you can fall back on something and don't put yourself in too much debt. All right. See y'all in the next video. See you later. Bye.